Hello, sweet friends. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some new finds that I've gotten this past weekend. On Thursday, I went to a couple of local estate sales and I got some things. And then I went to a market on Sunday and I got a couple of things there. And then this past weekend, on Friday and Saturday, Brett and I went to ComicCon in Kansas City, Missouri. And I was able to stop by an antique store there, and I bought some things, so I will be sharing that with you. And then at the very end of the video, I will be sharing some clips of the Comic-Con. I was hoping to share and have a whole video of it, but it was just too crowded. But I did get some clips for you, so if you're interested, please be sure to stick around till the end. Thanks so much for watching. Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome. Today, I went to a couple of estate sales here in town, and I thought I'd get on here and share with you what I found. It was the first day of it. It was crazy busy in there. But I did find a few things. This is just an old tin, some kind of candy tin, and it's just solid. I thought it would look cute as a riser for something. It was $1. And then this is probably the best thing I bought right here. This was $20, and it's an old butter mold with what, the wheat design, I guess that is. So, and it's in really good shape. So that was worth $20. And then I bought, she must have been a crafter type person too, because I bought a lot of craft stuff, vintage craft stuff. This was 50 cents, and it's transfer paper, but it was in its original vintage box. So that'll look cute on a shelf in the sewing room for 50 cents. And then this was $2, and it's some vintage, I was looking for a date. I don't see one. Dough art tools. So I don't know if I will keep that in the package or if I'll eventually use it when I try to do my fake cakes again. If I ever try to make another fake cake again. I think I will. It was fun. And these were $1 a piece. And just for crafts, if I decide to do something. Looks like either a napkin, a vintage napkin or something. And then there was a little Christmassy one for $1. I thought, I don't know, like maybe a pillow or something. Or I just stick it upstairs with my fabric stash that I have. So I got that. And then these, she had a whole bunch of these. And they're just little, for $2. I bought one. This was the only one made in this type of fabric. I thought it would tea stain up better than how she had the other ones made out of. So that'd be cute for a little doll I could finish making. And then this was $1. It's got some kind of really cute little charm hanging off of it too. So I got that. And then this I thought would be cute like on a shelf for the 4th of July or something like that. They were 50 cents a piece. This one was still in its wrapping, which I doubt I leave it in there. Because this isn't really old because it's got a barcode. But it's got a really neat faded vintage look to it. So, but they look cute stacked up somewhere for 4th of July, especially if I do my cabinet that I always do up for summer. Not only 4th of July, but just summer is always Americana here. And then this is to put in my sewing room also. And it was $2. It goes back on. I just can't see. It goes back on, I promise. Yeah, it's a little pencil sharpener. Vintage pencil sharpener. So for $2. I just had it together. That's still not right. It's still not. If I hung it on the wall, it would be right. But I can line it out. It'll go back to the way it's supposed to be. So the first sale I went to, it was a half price day. It was like the second week of the sale, so everything in there was half price. The first thing I'm going to show you is, it wasn't marked, but when I went up there and asked her, it was $2. So let me get my glasses on. And it says, the volume library, education, history, English. Now $2. Look how old that is. I haven't looked yet to see if I can find the date on it. There's a good chance that the estate sale that I went to was a teacher. I believe it was. I mean, she didn't use this for teaching, but that could have been why she, you know, owned it. She could have been drawn to it also. So that's pretty neat. There's everything. There's look here. There's also, it says kindergarten songs. So, yeah, I mean, it's seen better days, but it's still really cute. I wish I could make out more information about it, but that page is really worn. And then these were $1 a piece. This one is Essentials of Plain Geometry, 1923. So, and then this one was Practical Arithmetic. I can't talk today. Arithmetic, 1934. So I'd say all of these were probably from the same time period. Songs of the Century, copyright 1900. That's pretty neat. The Music Hour, that was really cute. And then one more, Climbing Music Land. So maybe she was a music teacher. I'll have to ask Brett. Brett knows who lived there. All right, I don't see a copyright in that one, but I would say it was around the same time period. So what was that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $7 for all of them. Oh, I was hoping when I first saw that, I was hoping that it was a Bible, because it has a Bible look to it. Look. So, oh my gosh, it weighs a ton. And then I did get one more thing, and this is in the original box. And since it was half price day, it was $6.25. And it is a Madame Alexander, is that what you call it? Bride doll. So let me show you here if I can get her box apart without ripping it. So here's what it says. I don't really collect this brand of doll. The Alexander Doll Company. It was still quite expensive for being an older doll. $8.50 from Famous Bar. I don't know. What is that? 60s and 70s maybe is Madame Alexander? I don't know. She's really sweet. I wish my eyesight wasn't so bad. I could maybe see. I don't think there's a date on her. So, but $6. Oh no, her little wig fell off. But $6. That's cute. I'll stick that up in my sewing room. That's what I got today. And it has been quite a while, I think. A couple of months maybe since I went to an estate sale. And since they were in town and pretty near each other, I just got up this morning and decided to stop by and see what they got. And now I've got to go put my butter mold over here onto the shelf with my other ones if I can make it fit. And the rest of it, I am going to be putting up in the sewing room. Okay, so today Brett and I went to Magpie Vintage Market Days in Marion, and since it was Sunday, it was the last day, so pickings were kind of slim. I did see a few things that I wish I would have gotten, but I am happy with the two things I did get. I got this from the Rusted Pearls booth, and she also has a booth at Warehouse Antique Mall in Marion, Illinois. But I got this for $21. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any like this. So $21 was an excellent, excellent price. And then I got one other thing there, and this was $60. And I think you can see it sitting right here. And that's the cheapest I've ever seen these. Now remember, I saw that really big antique one in Pinckneyville. Now I believe this is a reproduction, but that's okay. Here's what it looks like inside. For $60, I thought that was an excellent price. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but let me see. So you can get an idea how big it is. It's still a nice size, and it's in great shape. So I was pleased with that. This past weekend, Brett and I went to Kansas City, Missouri, to ComicCon that they had going on there. And I had planned and hoped to make you a full-length video, but it was just too crazy. It was so crowded, and there was just so many people and so much going on that I wasn't able to, but I was able to get some clips that I will be including at the end of this video. So if you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. And when we went up on, I guess, Friday, we stopped at an antique mall, and it was called the Brass Armadillo, I believe. And I didn't get much because I'll be honest, after traveling like 5 hours, 5.5 hours to get to there, and I was pretty worn out. So trying to shop an antique mall, and there were actually quite a few people there, even at the time we were there. But I did get a few things, and they were really good prices. Like Brett and I said, it was a nice antique mall. So I thought I would share with you what I got there. And one of them I got was this old book for $5. And I have quite a few that have this overall look. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. It has a certain look and feel to it. But for $5, I got that. And it has been replaced, you know, here. But that's okay. I was going to see what the date is. Probably 1800s or early 1900s. Oh, it's missing it. So, but for $5, that was definitely worth it. And I believe this one was the same. This one is called History's Greatest War, but it's filled with all kinds of pictures about history in it. That was a good buy. And then I bought a little small book. I believe it was Cinderella, and it was $5, but it's for Mom for her toy room. If you've watched her home tour video, you've seen that she's got a collection of like little storybooks. So I picked that one up. And then I guess this is the last thing I bought there. And this was $18. And I don't have any of these. And I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I've been considering attempting doing a junk journal. But I have so much stuff going on. I really don't need to start a new project. However, if I ever do decide to do one, this would be really great for it. So it's an old photo album for $18. Now, it doesn't have any photos left in it, but you know, it's got quite a few pages. And if I never do anything with it, it's still a neat piece for less than 20 bucks. All right, so I forgot about this. I bought this and one other thing. And this is an old soap holder. And it was $11. And I'm thinking, just for looks, you know, I wouldn't want to have a soapy mess all over my new kitchen sink, but I was thinking of maybe putting it right by my sink area in the kitchen whenever I get the backsplash done. So that's a nice old piece for the price. And then the other thing I got, I will show you right now. Okay, the last thing I got was this old foot warmer crock. But I sat it up there because it kind of reminds me of a birdhouse. So for spring, I thought that looked kind of cute. So that was the last thing that I got this weekend. So that was my weekend. And like I said, if you're interested, I'm getting ready to show right now the clips from Kansas City Comicon. And Brett was able to get William Shatner's autograph on some things that he collects. So he was happy about that. And we had a good time. It's just that drive with all the construction was insane. So I am glad to be home, and I'm going to go rest and recover. And let me say also, I'm going to add the little thumbnail that I had made when I was hoping to make a full-length video. But Brett and I were not dressed up for Comic-Con. That is all AI on this thumbnail I'm getting ready to show you. I was just playing around and wanted to do us up in costumes. So it looked pretty good. So we were talking, we said maybe one day we would dress up and go. I doubt it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Well, I thank you all so much for stopping by and visiting with me today, and I will be back real soon. See you later. So I thank you all for stopping by and just spend a little time with me and looking at what I found today. And I will be back real soon with a new video.